God set up memorials that we can instruct our children and instruct future generations. Deuteronomy chapter 4 says, verse 9 says this, "Only take heed to yourself and diligently keep yourself, lest you forget the things that your eyes have seen, and lest they depart from your heart all the days of your life. Teach them to your children and to your grandchildren." I like that grace there. See, the grace is there. Maybe your children have gone and you weren't able to teach them to your children. Guess what? God gives you a second chance when he gives you grandchildren, right? He gives you another chance to teach these things. You're to teach these things to your children. Deuteronomy chapter 6. Deuteronomy chapter 6. "And these words which I command you today shall be in your heart, and you shall teach them diligently to your children. And you shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. And you shall bind them as a sign on your hand. And they shall be frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates." God's command to parents, one part of the memorial was this, that you may use this to teach your children, because there's going to come a time and your children are going to ask you, what is this for? And it's an opportunity for you to share what God has done in your life. For you to share the goodness of God. You can share the great works of God. God has given you that opportunity. Mom, I want you to understand this. It is not the Christian school, it is not the church, it is not the Sunday school's responsibility to teach your children. It is parents' responsibility to teach their children about God. God never gave it to the church. The church is there to come alongside, but the responsibility to teach your children about God and the works of God and to fear God is simply a parent's responsibility. And the problem in society today is this. The problem is this. Christian parents have not done what God's called them to do. Dads are not sitting down and teaching their children. And so we have children who are coming up thinking that God is optional. And Satan would want more than anything else to make your children feel that God is not essential in their life, that God is something you can add when you need him, when you want him, you can bring him if you want to. And this is not going to change. The church can't change that. This is going to happen as mom and dad make up their mind that they are going to biblically take on the responsibility to religiously teach their children about God. Now, I want you to know what's at stake here, because if we don't do that, we are going to lose a generation to the world.